What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and for today's video, we're going to, once again, take a step back away from Duelist Nexus for just a little bit, because I'm going to be talking about the newest set that's going to be coming out for us later this year in the TCG, known as Legendary Duelist Soulburning Volcano. We found out that it will be released on August 11th. Yeah, it's the day of my birthday, actually. That's kind of funny. But I'm actually excited for this set because of the fact that you guys know, over the years when it came to Legendary Duelists, we've had sets for all the protagonists. We've had some for the antagonists, like Merrick and Kaiba and Pegasus and whatnot. We've had sets that featured new support for Joey, Jesse Anderson, with the Crystal Beast, Jaden and the Supreme King, for Yugi with the new Dark Magician support, Yuma with the brand new Utopia support. Now we are officially done with Dark, Wind, Water, and Earth. We never got the Earth support in the TCG in a Legendary Duelist set. Why? I don't fucking know. But there are two left. Two attributes left. And this one is Fire attribute, which means we are now officially going to be getting some brand new Salmon Grade support, some new, get this, volcanic support after over 1,000 days, which is absolutely insane. And this first one that I'm going to be talking about in today's video, some new Battlin boxer support. Yes, the Berian Emperor, known as Alito, is officially getting some new Battlin boxer support for the first time in quite a while. But before we get into today's video, guys, we are officially 37 subs away from 200. We are drawing closer and closer to the goal. And as I've said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel, completely taped under the right light. You can actually see under the right light that it's taped. There it is, right there. Under that light, it is taped, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos. However, if the channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So if you guys have not checked them out, be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. However, if the channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare. So if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more new card discussions, maybe you want some WWE topic videos, news videos. Maybe you guys want episodes of WWE's biggest issue, maybe some episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest issue. Maybe you guys want deck profiles, or maybe, just maybe, you want the premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys have not done so already, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button on this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well if you guys want to send fan mail. I'm gonna be honest, I'm looking at this first card. I'm gonna be honest, I truly believe excuse me, that that this archetype might have the potential to make its way into the high tier competitive scene. So we kick things off with Battlin Boxer Uppercutter, which obviously is a 4-star fire warrior with 1600 attack, 200 defense, and both of its effects are a hard once per turn. And the first effect reads: if this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Battlin Boxer or one counter trap from your deck to your hand, except this card. So this is basically Stratos. This is basically Stratos. That's all it is. Not much else to say about that. It's a good way. It's a good way for you to search out Battlin Boxer Spar turn 1. And the funny thing is that if you're going first and you have this card in your hands, you can essentially just make your board turn 1, and you're not even locked out of your battle phase, because it doesn't matter who goes first. It doesn't really matter who goes first. Whoever does won't get their battle phase at all. So this is a perfect turn 1 move. Being able to normal summon Uppercutter, trigger its effect, add Spar to your hand, special summon the Spar, overlay into any rank 4 exceeds that you may have. Pass your turn and you're good to go. You could also add a counter to your hand as well. The problem is that nobody runs counter anymore, unfortunately. Why, I don't know. But what I find interesting is that counter, if I remember correctly, give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second, you guys. Battlin Boxer, here we are. So, if you guys don't know, my deck, my Battlin Boxer deck, actually does not use counter. Let me look up its effect, if I can find it. Last counter. I think this is the one. Yeah, I think this is the one. Last counter. Let's see. When an attack is declared involving a Battlin Boxer monster you control and an opponent's monster, negate the attack. And if you do, send that monster you control. Excuse me, to the grave. Then one Battlin Boxer monster control in attack position. If you declare the attack, gains attack equal to the original attack of the opponent's monster. Also proceed to damage Cal using those monsters. Then you take damage equal to the amount of attack gained from this effect. You're basically forcing yourself to lose a lot of life points. That's the biggest, that's like the biggest downside of the whole, of the entire, of that whole effect, is that even if you, add last counter or that new cross counter counter trap, you're not gonna get much value out of last counter. So using that new cross counter card, you can actually use it. But the funny thing is that last counter isn't the only card that you can add. You can add assault counter, counter, Flamvell counter, Gemini counter, Jolt counter, or that new or the cross counter, Battlin Boxer cross counter to your hand as well, which is pretty cool. But for the most part, you're going to be adding another Battlin Boxer to your hand instead of a counter trap, which that's just me anyway. The second effect of Uppercutter reads, if this card is sent to the grave by card effect, you can activate one of these effects. Special summon a Battlin Boxer from your grave, except this card. Set one counter trap from your grave. Alright, I mean, that's not bad. To be fair, there we go. Shoutouts to Brisk for the pink lemonade, not sponsored. Not sponsored. Pink lemonade, best lemonade of all time. Don't at me in the comments. Don't at me in the comments, everybody. That's just my opinion anyway. But to be fair, this is a really good, a good Monster Reborn, because this is a good way to extend your plays. If your opponent were to activate, like say a card, like say Lightning Storm or something like that in the like, that Uppercutter would let you resummon a card like say Nova Kaiser, and you could just combo off from there next turn, which is pretty cool. Next up, we've got Battlin Boxer Chief Second, which is a 4-star Fire Warrior with 500 attack, 2000 defense, and the first effect is a once per turn, which reads, when an opponent's monster declares an attack and you control a fire and or warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, negate the attack, then banish a monster on the field until the end phase. So this is sort of like, so with this effect, this is more of a Cyber Dragon Time Thief Redoer effect of sorts, where you can ban not Redoer. Excuse me, not Time Thief Redoer. Omega, Psyframe Omega effects, where pretty much any card, where instead of it just being any card gets banished, it's a monster on the field gets banished. So you could say it's similar to a Time Thief Redoer if you target your own cards, but for the most part, you're going to be targeting your opponent's cards, so you could potentially push for game, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Second effect reads, during your main phase, you can normal summon a Battlin Boxer monster in addition to a normal summoner set. So this is a perfect example of extending your plays into more Xyz monsters turn 1, which is amazing. This is a good way for you to try and push for game by normal summoning twice, which is pretty good. Next up we've got Battlin Boxer Promoter, which is a 4-star Fire Warrior with 1700 attack, 800 defense, and all 3 of its effects are once per turn, and you can't special summon monsters that are turn you activate any of the effects except for Battlin Boxer. So for the most part, it's not too bad, but it is what it is. The first effect reads, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card. You can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads, you contribute this card, special summon up to 2 Battlin Boxers with different names from your deck except this card. Third effect reads, you can banish this card from your grave, increase or decrease the levels of all Battlin Boxers you control by 1. That's actually pretty good to help you go into a Cheat Commissioner, because Cheat Commissioner, I think, is a rank 3, right? Yeah. So Cheat Commissioner is a rank 3, which is actually pretty cool. And not only that, you can actually funny enough, Xyz Import is actually is a good card to use in a deck like Battlin Boxer, which is excuse me, which is actually pretty cool. I am definitely gonna be updating this deck once the new cards come in on Nexus, which I don't know if... Oh, they already did come out. Okay, so that's cool. That's actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to update this deck at some point. I don't know when exactly, because I've got a couple other decks that I wanna profile here on the channel that desperately need to be updated. So make sure you guys get ready for those. But still, this is a good way. This card right here. Not only does it have a Cyber Dragon effect, it does lock you out of summoning out any other monsters, but Battlin Boxers. But what's cool about this is that if you once you banish this card from your grave, all the Battlin Boxers that you have on board can become level 3, which can help you summon Cheat Commissioner, which I don't think a lot of decks, which I don't think there are so many. I don't know. I don't know if there's any if there are any Battle Boxer decks that run Cheat Commissioner. I would have to find out, but for the most part, you can actually now summon Cheat Commissioner really easily just off of this one card, which is pretty cool. Next up, we've got... Oh god, this is gonna be insane. Okay, so if you guys remember... You guys remember number 79, Battle Boxer Nova Kaiser, right? Well, now we have its Chaos form, and it's known as Chaos number 79, Battlin Boxer Commander Caesar, which is a rank 5 Fire Warrior Xyz with 2600 attack, 2000 defense, and requires 3 level 5 monsters. So funny enough, you could summon Chief Second. You could use Chief Second's effect to summon this card, but you want to try and use Nova Kaiser as the material, because the effect might surprise you. But it does have 3 separate effects. The first effect reads that that Commander Caesar gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. So cards like Xyz Import could be very, very useful. And funny enough, Nova Kaiser's with Nova Kaiser's attaching effect, you can just rank it up into Commander Caesar, and then go to your main phase 2. If you committed to your battle phase, summon out Zeus. You got a bunch of board wipes, ladies and gentlemen. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, you got board wipes. Board wipes for days. The second effect reads, once per turn, if your opponent would special summon a monster as a quick effect, detach 2 materials from this card, negate the summon, and destroy that monster. Okay. Alright, I mean, it is a sort of a solemn judgment, but what I find even more interesting is that excuse me. What I find even more intriguing is that it gains 2 again, the attack gain is actually pretty good. So if you have, like, let's say you have 9 materials on Commander Caesar. Let's say that would be what, 1800? I think it is. Yeah, Yeah, that would be 1800 plus 2600. That's 4400 attack that Commander Caesar would have. By detaching 2, its attack would go down to 4000. But what's crazy is that if you were to overlay it into Zeus, you would literally have not 1, not 2, but 4 board wipes just off of Zeus alone, which is pretty cool. And it also has again, as I said, it has a sort of a solemn judgment effect, but for summoning. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. The third effect reads, if this card has Nova Kaiser as material, it gains this effect. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving your Battlin Boxer monster and an opponent's monster, send a Battlin Boxer monster from your hand or deck to the grave, and if you do, attach that opponent's monster to this card's material. How many board wipes does it take for the opponents to realize Zeus is still a fucking house? I think a pretty decent amount, if I do say so myself. But again, this is basically Nova Kaiser on steroids. That's all it is. This card is nuts, absolutely nuts. Next up, we've got Battlin Boxer King Dempsey, which is a rank 4 Fire Warrior Xyz with 2300 attack, 1800 defense. Hold on a second, guys. Is that all of them? Okay, yeah, that plus the repress. Okay, so with 2300 attack, 1800 defense, and it requires 2 level 4 monsters. So generic, but you're gonna be using but it's for Battlin Boxers, ladies and gentlemen. And both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, if this card is special summon, you can take a level 4 or lower Fire Warrior monster or Battlin Boxing excuse me, spell trap from your deck and either add it to your hands or send it to the graveyard. Okay. So you can either rota it out into your hand, or you can just Fool's Burial it to your graveyard. And my brother texted me. Hang on, guys. Give me 1 second. There we go. So that's actually not too bad. Being able to either rota it out into your hand or just Fool's Burialing it to your graveyard, that's actually pretty good, because it doesn't really matter which route you take. Either way, you're going to be extending your plays by at least a turn, and that basically gives you access to go Dempsey, Caesar, Silent Honor Dark, Zeus, and that would basically be your board right there, which is pretty cool. The second effect reads, as a quick effect, you can detach 1 material from your Xyz monster, and if you do, your opponent cannot target Battlin Boxer monsters you control with card effects this turn. Ooh. So it's that's a pretty. So it's a protection. Not much else to say about that. Not much else to say about that, honestly. Honestly, my opinion, Battlin Boxers, I think, is gonna be the new meta. And the reason why I say that is because these new cards, these are cards that we never would have imagined ever getting. And if you really think about it, Battlin Boxers back in the day, back when they were releasing Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, right around that era, it did get a stint. Sorry guys, you guys, if you guys have seen my videos the last several months, you guys already know what's up. There's always something caught in my throat, and I have to chase it down with water. But anyway, it had a stint of play back in the day. I know that it topped a couple of YCSs back in the day. I don't know how well it did, but I know that the deck was pretty good. Nowadays, and it is true that you do see it get played from time to time in, at locals and whatnot. But to be fair, some people might would consider this card more of a more of a rogue deck, more of a casual deck or whatever. I see this more of a rogue deck because this is a good way to just wipe out your opponent's board clean just by using Commander Caesar to continuously attach materials, and to be able to just go into Zeus, wipe the board clean, and you're good to go. Plain and simple. But there is one more card to talk about, one more new card anyway to talk about, and it's known as Battlin Boxing Cross Counter, which, if you guys didn't realize, it's a counter trap that reads when your opponent activates a monster effect, destroy one Battlin Boxer or number exceeds monster control, and if you do, negate the activation. If you do that, destroy that monster. Then you can special summon one Battlin Boxer exceeds monster from your action with a different name from your destroyed monster. And if you do, attach this card to it as material. It's a free summon. It's a free Exceed summon on a solemn judgment. Not much else to say about that. Now for the reprints. So we do have reprints for the archetype. So for the reprints, we got Battlin Boxer, Headgeared, Glassjaw, Switch Hitter, Nova Kaiser, and Battlin Boxing Spirits, which Battlin Boxing Spirits is actually a pretty good card. I wish, honestly, that this deck had a sort of a pot of greed effect, but it is what it is. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on these new cards. Let me know down in the comments below, answering the question of the day: do you believe Battlin Boxers could come back to the competitive scene as a top tier meta deck? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more new card discussions in the future, which get posted every Tuesday and sometimes on Wednesdays and weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.